What's it like to be able to finally say, what's it like to be able to say that?
It's been like a dream come true, to tell you the truth. You know, I am 100% from Texas, born and raised in a really small town, worked in several small counties, but just the fact that I was able to come here to Bexar County to represent not just Texas in general, but the voters here in Bexar County.
I'll get this out of the way. Bexar County holds a special place to you. Why is that?
Bexar County means a lot to me for a lot of different reasons. I have family and friends that live here. I was married here on the Riverwalk at Marriage Island, so it's like making a complete circle.
You mentioned the bullet points at the top that you are going to focus on at the beginning. Can you just give us a brief synopsis of those?
Sure. There's a lot of things that we're currently, number one is having a fair election come May 3rd. We want to be prepared. We want to make sure that all the polling locations are open and with plenty of people to work, right? We want to make sure that the voters have everything they need and that we get through it like the rising stars that I know our team is.
My last question. Are you prepared for the attention that will keep you here? Everybody here knew Jackie and like knew her name off the top of their head. Are you prepared for that kind of attention?
I feel that I am. I mean, I have been through a few things in my professional life, and I feel that it worked me up to be prepared for this. Yeah.
When you think of Jackie, I think she's obviously held the position for 20 years. I know you've only been on the job for a little bit, and I did ask you this question earlier, but what differences have you noticed about the elections office that you would like to potentially change?
Well, I think that new technology is at the top of the list. Of course, the website is something major that we'll be working on and addressing. I know that I've had people send me screenshots from their cell phones and it's not cell phone friendly. So we'll definitely work on that. We'll work on just several things in general, bringing in technology, making sure that the workers have everything they need. And I had about 6 different things, so if you'll bear with me just a second. I know that we want to do a lot of voter outreach. We want to definitely work with voters with disabilities and also directly with Secretary of State's office to ensure that everything is fair and within the Texas election code.
You mentioned that when you were getting advice from Jackie that she was describing some of the obstacles she's faced over the past 2 decades at the elections office. What were some of the troubles that she was warning you about?
A lot of them are most recent, right, with the attacks that have been on elections administrators and security. So it was not like a long laundry list of things. It was just like, this is what's happened, this is what we need to address, and this is what the court knows about.
I know your experience at Hood County probably didn't end in the way that you had hoped. Are you nervous about what the reaction in Bexar County could be, or to have a similar experience in Bexar County, or no? Honestly,
I feel that Bexar County is totally different from Hood County. So my resignation at Hood County, to me, it was a very tough decision to make. So when I left, I still had the support of the Commissioner's Court, the Election Commission, and all of the judges and clerks. So I feel that although I left maybe when I didn't want to, I still left with a lot of backing from the local stakeholders in Hood County.
Did you miss it in the period that you had left?
Yes, I did. I actually went from there to a job in the tech field, working for a tech company out of Austin. So I was still able to be involved with all my colleagues and see them and participate and stay abreast on election code.
What kind of tech company was that?
The first tech company I worked at was a document management company, and the second one I worked at is for poll worker management.
You gave a little story about your interaction with Jackie. She showed you around. And then the last thing, good luck. Can you reiterate that, please?
Sure. So I came in a week ago Friday and met with Jackie. She was gracious enough to take me around, show me everything, the footprint of the building, introduce me to the staff that was here, and then we just had a sit down. You know, she did talk to me about some of her, like I said, the obstacles that she faced with security and like any other office, running out of space and things along those lines. But it was a really positive interaction. I have nothing but mad respect for Jackie. I met her when I was just a deputy clerk in Parker County, and watching her and seeing the things that she went through, and also other elections administrators just like her, it encouraged me to want to be just like them.
Election administrators, of course, across the country and the state are sort of being watched by a magnifying glass these days, especially when it comes to a safe and secure election. What's the biggest thing you want voters to know?
Well, I want voters to know that as their elections administrator, I will always follow the letter of the law. I understand there are people that have their interpretation of the law and how it should be, but I will always follow Secretary of State's guidance. I will look to them should there be question on things and follow anything that they give to me. So as far as Michele Carew as elections administrator goes, is I stand by the law and for them.
I know Judge Sakai mentioned, of course, the lawsuit that we had filed by Attorney General Ken Paxton when the county took some, I guess, new approaches to get voters to register. Would you shy away from approaches like that? Is that something that you'd be interested in doing, even knowing what the state's reaction is?
I'm always interested in helping anyone who wants to vote to register. So depending on what the actual situation may be, I am open to it. I'm not open probably to every single idea that's out there, but I'm definitely open to making it easier for people to register to vote and to actually come in and vote in person.
When you talk about updating the website and kind of coming into the 21st century with the elections department, what do those steps look like? What is the first step in updating the website and reaching more people?
So what I plan to do today is meet with the leadership here in the office. We will go and we'll talk about, I have plenty of guidelines of changes that need to be made and should be made. So we'll work together and then we'll meet with our tech team to implement that. It's my understanding that there's currently 2 websites out there. Where our goal is to combine everything, make it into one, to where it's user-friendly and what's best for everyone in Bexar County.
Do you feel any pressure given the fact that the May election is just around the corner?
I do not. To tell you the truth, when I went into Hood County, I got there 45 days before early voting started. And so I jumped in and I was up and running. That's basically been my entire life. I don't shy away from a challenge, and I see that this is a really great opportunity to make some positive changes before the May election.